Hi guys, so if you saw in my life update wherever I've been video, one of the things I talked about was Midnight has been really sick and she's dying. And so yeah, Midnight last June, so last May, we had to take her home with us when my mother-in-law passed away. You're okay, baby. Because she had to take medication twice a day for her thyroid so that she could get the cancer in her stomach removed, or what we believe to be cancer. And so she was home with us until the middle of June. So I'm going to say about the end of June, she had a lump right here in her belly removed. And in a matter of a couple of days, it went from being a lump to being almost like two lumps that were like separated, and it was bleeding externally, and that's why we got the surgery right away. And that was because her tumor had actually split in two, and the two sides were fighting for blood supply, so that's why it was bleeding. So we got that removed, and they sent it away to be checked, and it was indeed cancer, and they didn't get clean borders. And so they said she's gonna end up with cancer again, more than likely. But for then, she was good. She was healthy. And so since then, so over the last 10 months or so, she started getting a lump in her belly. She now has about 6 lumps in her belly. She has one on the top of her head, one on her shoulder, and one on her armpit. So when she has another big lump like she did before, but then we could feel a couple other ones and the little one on her armpit. We took her back to the doctor. We took her to the vet. And Dr. K said, what did she say, baby girl? To put her through surgery where they're not going to get clean borders because there's too much involvement. Her body's just too little. So they're not going to get clean borders again. To put her through surgery, very good chance she could pass away in surgery. She's still eating, she's still drinking, still playing, still she climbs up the side of our tower in our kitchen. She always cuddles up with my husband at night on the couch. She's still walking around, jumping up and down on the stairs, like she goes up and down the stairs. She's playing with toys. And they said, she still has a good quality of life. So what's going to happen is slowly, you want to get down, baby? Okay, 1 second. Slowly those things are going to go away. She's not going to want to drink. She's not going to want to eat. She has her own litter box in her room, so I can monitor really well how much output she's giving. Okay, baby, get down. Be careful. Because she's in her room probably at least half of the time. And they said what will happen is she'll probably eventually won't want to come out of her room because she has that room because of the crystals in her bladder. So she has her own room for when we're not home because stress causes her to can make the crystals worse. And also she has the issue with the missing part of her foot, which we think one of the cats did to her many years ago. So they said she's not going to want to come out of her room. She's not going to want to get off of bed. In fact, today she was out for a little while, and then I opened the door to her room and she went in, and she went right on her bed, and she didn't want to come out. And she just now wanted to come out when I went in there to use something in the office. So, but she's still eating, still drinking. I just did her litter. It's as much as you would expect for her. It's normal. She's not getting sick. She's still interacting with the other cat. She's still interacting with us. But she is definitely getting worse because since she's been to the vet, which was about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, she's developed the lump on her head and the lump on her shoulder. So but she's still she's still eating, drinking, going to the bathroom, interacting. And the vet said once those things change, then we need to look at the next stage, because there is no treatment. But it's really a struggle for my husband and I, because we're like, are we keeping her alive for us? Which is not right. We do not believe in keeping animals alive for the owner. It needs to be the best quality of life for the animal. And so I called the vet today, because not this past weekend, but the weekend before, when I was carrying her to bed, she started coughing and shaking. Careful, Midnight. Started coughing and shaking when I was carrying her. But she just needs to be carried in a certain way so that there's no pressure put on the chest and stomach area. And I called today and they just said, you can make an appointment to bring her in. There's really no sense to do a recheck on her. Things are going to get worse. There's no question about that. And so I asked what we could do to make her more comfortable, and they said she'll let you know when she's not comfortable, and when she starts having problems, she'll start isolating, and because that's what animals do, is that they hide when they're gonna die or when they're really sick. So I just feel I don't know what to do with her. I honestly don't want to put an end to her life, but I also don't want her to be suffering, and she has to be in pain. Like that many lumps, and she's 5 pounds without any lumps. I wouldn't be surprised if she's close to gained 2-3 pounds of just cancerous lumps. So it's very sad. I'll keep you guys updated, but essentially when she lets us know that she's had enough, or if she shows some signs of being in pain or anything like that, then we will take her to the vet. I really, really hope that, this is going to sound sad, but I really hope that one night we put her in a room for the night, and when we go in the morning to give her her pill, because she still takes her 2 thyroid pills, because that's really all we can do to keep her healthy, is to keep that hormone under control. If we go to wake her up in the morning to give her a pill and she doesn't wake up, as sad as that would be, I think that would be the best option for her. But yeah, because I don't want her to go through the labored breathing and all that stuff. And so do you make that decision now, while she's still eating and drinking and playing and being herself? She's sick. You can tell she's sick. Do you make that now so that she doesn't have to potentially go through labored breathing and, potential heart attack or whatever could happen? Or do you let her progress and watch the symptoms? It's really hard to say. So right now we're just taking it day by day, and almost more than that, we're taking it hour by hour, and now that I'm home every day, almost minute by minute. So I'll keep you guys updated. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. There's not a whole lot that can be done other than how she passes. I really hope that she passes in her sleep. So thank you guys for watching and listening to me ramble for almost 10 minutes about Midnight. But I love her so much. She's the first thing that living thing I was responsible for, other than myself. And I got her at a time in my life where I was not making good choices, and my life was complete shit. And I honestly believe if I didn't get her, and then a few months later didn't get Casper, that I probably would have died, because they gave me a reason to live. So it's going to be very hard. It is very hard. But the reality is that all living things pass away. And unfortunately, I mean, she's going to be 14 in April, or would be 14 in April, which is young for an indoor cat. But if you look at the fact that she has crystals in her bladder, and she went through complete hell with that, she lost one of her paws. If you see her leg that's white, that's all. I talked about that all in her introductory video. But she went through multiple surgeries because the first vet was a complete idiot and almost killed her, and that's why she lost all the bone, not the bone density, everything but the bone density on her legs, so the tendon, the muscle, all that stuff. So, and then she's been fighting this cancer for coming up on 2 years. So if you really look at that, her almost 14 years of life is more like 18 or 19 years of life, which 18 to 22 years is what an indoor cat usually lives if they're well taken care of. So, yeah, so she will be passing soon, and I just hope that it's in her sleep, or it's in a way that she can let us know before it's too much, and we can go and we can take her to the vet. Our vet is fully prepared to do what needs to be done on a Wednesday evening, like if it could be, because it's the only evening they're open, because so that my husband didn't have to take time off work. But they're fully prepared to fit her in any day of the week, Monday through Friday, and Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday during the day if need be, because that's the relationship we have with them. And they're the ones that I've looked after, the two vets there, the ones that I've looked after right from when our original vet, when we moved from Newfoundland, when they screwed up her foot, we ended up at this veterinarian clinic, and we've been there ever since. We've been there 6-7 years, because we've been up here 9, and it wasn't even 2 years when she got hurt. So yeah, they're fully prepared. We're preparing ourselves to the best of our ability. My other thing is I can't wrap my head if her daughters are gonna, Dusky and Dawn, are gonna be affected by it or not. I mean, I know the cats will be affected as a whole, because there'll be one less cat in the house, so they will feel that loss. But the vet also said that they know she's sick. They can sense that she's sick. My brain just thinks like when my husband lost his mom, how hard that was for him. And that's harder than what it was for, say, me to lose his mom, who I was very close to. And my brain wants to put that in cat terms, but cat terms aren't quite exactly the same. Dawn and Dusky, the loss will be there for them, but it's more like another animal that was in the house versus their mom, right? And that's just hard for me to wrap my head around. And the other thing that's going to be kind of weird is to see Dusky all the time, because Dusky is a larger version of her mom, but she's white. Their faces are identical. They act the same. They have little, Minute has little, what's that word, not mannerisms, yeah, mannerisms, is that it? Like, she'll put like her back paw out, like when she watches, just stretch, funny things. She just does some really funny things, and Dusky does them all too. So it's going to be really weird to see Dusky do them and know that those are traits of her mom. Yeah, it's just a weird situation. Midnight did just walk down the stairs by herself. When she got off my arm, she went off the bed, and then she went towards her bedroom, which the door is closed. And I was going to go check when I was done this video, but she just walked downstairs, so that's a good sign. She could be looking for my husband as soon as my husband gets home. She's right at his feet. She always has been, even before she was sick. And we'll stay in the kitchen with him if he cooks supper, and then as soon as he sits down, she sits beside him. So hopefully that's a good sign that she's not wanting to go back into her room again. Because like I said, she did go in earlier today and she's in there for like 3 hours when there was no reason for her to be in there. And before she got sick, any chance she got, she would come out. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I will talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.